So I try to focus on that. I don't really know.
We're live.
I cannot even tell the real metrics in that case, but everything you have to say about it is, of course, you can add to this. Welcome, guys.
All right. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the BCH Ignite live stream. Today we are talking about peer-to-peer liquidity, and our special guests are Vikram and Romit, both from India. Vikram, the creator of what might be the largest Bitcoin Cash meetup, Insta Crypto, right?
Yes.
And Romit, the creator of the Zapit wallet, which is really interesting. So welcome, guys. So glad to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, and so, of course, we're also joined by Kusha, my co-host. I'm George Donley. And, we're always focused on how to, make progress on Bitcoin Cash mass adoption. So, Kusha, did you want to say something timely to get us started off?
Yeah, I think we should. It's about the recent events. I don't want to make a stream online and, simply ignore it. I think it's important to talk about it just for a second at least. I haven't prepared anything about this, but I think we all agree on the most basic things around this issue, and it's about the George Floyd murder by the police and the riots and the protests going on, and the protests actually going on around the world because of this. And I don't know, I just wanted to voice my support, and I wanted to say that there is something to be done. And, this is one of the reasons why we are doing stuff like this. This is not just the opportunities we have for prosperity, but also really the opportunities we have to fight back injustice, and tyranny. So
100%. Yeah, like I saw the guy, the guy with the poster who's like, Bitcoin solves this, and like everybody was like, oh, this is so cringe, blah, blah, blah. And like it doesn't, like, it's not so simple. Bitcoin solves this is an oversimplification, but the fact is, like, it kind of does. It has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, I don't like this trend at all. People always want to make it like, oh, I'm so, it's already kind of anti-capitalist, anti-market, like, oh, they really think they can change the world with Bitcoin. No, it's just for investment. No, it's not. The whole idea why we are fighting and why we are getting angry and why we're doing this is because we really thought, maybe naively so, that Bitcoin fixes this. Maybe we have to fix Bitcoin first until this can happen. But this is the whole point. So I don't really understand why it got such a trend that everybody hates on people who are saying this. You can't fix anything. You can just put it everywhere, like, okay, Bitcoin fixes this, but I won't do anything, but to fix it. But it does fix things, exactly stuff like this, because if you don't, and it's something that we repeated all the time, if you don't fund the state cannot do anything. And if you have Bitcoin, you don't fund the state. It's that easy. If you trade it on exchanges, maybe, if you put it somewhere, maybe, okay, but if you use it like we are telling you to do, the state won't have anything from this. So yeah,
that's why I think, like Zapit in particular is pretty interesting, because not only is it a Bitcoin Cash wallet, but it has the peer-to-peer liquidity in it. Romit, why don't you tell us more about Zapit? For those in the audience who aren't familiar with it.
Yeah, sure. Zapit was started with the idea of having universal payments. So, one of the things about universal payments is a wallet should be able to provide the service for users to be able to, top up their wallet as well as withdraw back. It's not just one way, right? People say, you just have to buy Bitcoin Cash, but in today's world where, most of the people are heavily relying on fiat, there has to be a way to go back to fiat as well, because there is volatility problem in crypto. But yeah, we have seen that most of the centralized exchanges when they have this option to buy Bitcoin Cash or sell Bitcoin Cash, they usually, they have to have some sort of KYC verification and all that. The government says it's for the company to know their customers, but it's more like the government wants to know the company's customers. So one way around that is to have peer-to-peer. So any platform that has truly peer-to-peer service, they don't really have to do any kind of KYC, at least as far as we know now, right? The law is not dictating that companies have to do some sort of KYC. So that is why we thought, okay, fine, there are no wallets that have the P2P built into them. So why not, we already are, branding ourselves as a universal payments. Why not we have that aspect as well, where we have a decentralized escrow system, which basically secures the user's funds for any services. It doesn't have to be just for exchange. Any sort of, anywhere where there's involving a trade, we can actually make that secured via decentralized escrow. So that's why we thought of having this P2P service within the app. So we just said, you can top up your wallet, but it's through a peer-to-peer way. You can also withdraw back to your local currency, also peer-to-peer. Now there are certain problems with peer-to-peer, especially, we see that once someone places an order, they have to wait until there is another user that accepts the conditions of your trade, or else it never gets accepted. It just sits on the order book, right? So to prevent that, we thought of, why not we reverse that process? Why not we have, well, in regular P2P, you create the liquidity and you wait for somebody else to take your liquidity. Why not we do the other way around? Why not we have the users demand liquidity and we have, another user provide that liquidity? So we decided to call them payment partners because they are providing, like liquidity for Zapit, but it's through the peer-to-peer platform. And we decided that, okay, since they are helping with liquidity, the user can directly pay the payment partner half of our fee. That's what we decided. So any payment partner on Zapit gets 50% of their fee for that order. We thought, this is a new model that I don't think any other company or any other service is doing at the moment. So yeah, that's what we decided for the top up and withdraw part, right? So if somebody's buying, a payment partner is selling. If somebody is selling, a payment partner will be buying. But what we thought was, we can actually extend this to one step further, because remittances are a huge problem in the world. And we thought, remittance, again, it goes through the same process of having high fee. It takes a long time if you're going through traditional finances. So people have said, cryptos actually solve this, but majority of the people around the world don't know how to use cryptos. They still have to go buy Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash or any other cryptos. They have to buy it and then they have to send it over. And then once the receiver in the destination country receives the funds, they have to, sell the Bitcoin Cash or any other crypto to go back to the fiat system. So we thought, why not just automate the process using the same peer-to-peer, decentralized escrow system that we have already have in the services section of our app. So yeah, that's what we did. If somebody wants to make a remittance transfer using Zapit, they are interacting with the P2P marketplace with another payment partner. And for them, they don't even have to know that Bitcoin Cash is being used. They just make the fiat payment in whatever payment method that they choose, which is available in the country. And we have multiple payment methods in the app. So for them, it's just, they enter the username. Another aspect of this is the receiver also has to be a Zapit user, at least for now, because we have made it, so that it's easier. The user has to just enter the receiver's username, the amount, and then the destination country, only these three details. And then, of course, the payment partner's payment details are shown to the user. And then once they make that payment, it's done. From the sender's point of view, the money has arrived already, because Bitcoin Cash, you can send within 2 seconds, I guess. So yeah, it's quick in that way. And the receiver now has the choice of whether they want to continue using it within the wallet or go back to their local currency in their preferred payment app, either the bank or any other payment app. Yeah, so that's how the
Awesome.
P2P basically works.
So do you want to show us anything? Do you have any screenshots of Zapit that you want to show? You can use the share screen function in Zoom.
Oh, I did not make it ready for this, but
Well, here
I may not be able to show the service itself because we require payment partners. And right now, since we are in beta, we are, we are trying to get payment partners around the world. At the moment, we have a verified payment partner in India, which is InstaCrypto with Vikram. And I think few others in few other countries have verified that, yeah, they are ready to take up the orders. But yeah, we're still waiting for more users or traders or exchanges, liquidity providers. Anyone can become any user of Zapit can become a payment partner. It's just you go to the settings and then turn it on.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah,
so yeah,
obviously we just a second. Obviously we need more people, or you need enough people to make this work. If it's P2P liquidity, but how many, or let's say it this way, how much money do you think a person would have at least to be able to actually help out as a payment partner? Is it a holder who has a couple of thousand euros, or is it more about somebody who really has capital that he and time to work as a payment partner in this case?
It completely depends on the order that is received. So for example, our first remittance order was one of our friends, one of my friend who did it. He sent $1 from India to US, and it was instantly received in the US. So that $1 was of course facilitated by me because I was the only one who was using that in the beginning. But yeah, it depends on the order. It depends on if a user has, let's say, $100 and the order comes in for $50, he can take it up. He doesn't have to have thousands of dollars.
So this is all about actually getting people to use it, and it's not just an app that just works in India. So it's actually
yes,
global anyway. So you can start off and create your channel between Germany and India if you want, your corridor.
Yeah.
And if you know people actually, or you can advertise them. I mean, you can, as a trusted person in a sense, but very atomized, very decentralized in this case, start off small and maybe even get bigger in that case, or make at least advertise that this is happening. I think if you are doing stuff like this, everybody else who has an entrepreneurial mindset, and especially, I mean, thinking in India, there are lots of people who are going to Indian shops here, and then these guys use the send money over there via informal remittances already. So they can actually just say, like, we have upgraded our service, we make it faster and even more secure, and cheaper. You don't even have to pay that much for this informal service, because this informal service involves risk or whatever costs. So do you guys go out and make merchandise, not merchandise, go to the merchants, I mean, and advertise for them to do stuff like this?
So I can take that question. You can hear me clear?
Yes.
So we had, I've been having meetups since end of 2012. That's like way long ago. So in India, it's more specific to India. Well, I had one of them in, of course, Bangkok. That was a long time ago. It was in 2016. So it's mostly been in India and Bangalore, and a few in Bombay and few in Jaipur, and one of them in Delhi. So I realized that people who come for our meetups, they are very interested. If you understand what I mean by 2012, people were talking about Bitcoin only then, because there was no other alternative at all. And Bitcoin was going to be used as a payments tool for the merchants. But actually, none of them clicked, because from 2013 onwards, if I was the first one to hear about it, it was a guy in Bangalore who started accepting Bitcoin for his services. A couple of them from other cities like Chandigarh and places like that. They started, but they quickly, like within a year, they all shut shop in terms of for Bitcoin, for cryptocurrency accepting payments, because they just didn't get any traction. So the people who came for our meetups also, they just said, okay, we want Bitcoin, we understand Bitcoin, we love Bitcoin, we want to buy it somewhere. But once they do that, it was very hard for us to get them to spend that. Spending options in India, we have like an UPI. UPI solves a lot of things for Indians in terms of instant payments, in terms of free payments. Those two are the key ingredients, right? You give it instantly and you give it for free. They wouldn't want to use cryptocurrency at that time because it was, in the first place, hard to get. So there were really no users to come and spend their crypto unless they're doing something online where they're doing it internationally, and UPI does not work because UPI is specific to India. So when they were doing internationally, they were spending some crypto, but nothing local. So we couldn't get this merchant adoption take off in India. It's a pursuit of sure. It's going on. I'm meeting people like in the beginning, first 3-4 years of my starting of a meetup, I used to meet every weekend. Now it's come down to once in a month because of COVID. Otherwise, it was twice a month. One was online and one was in person. So when I meet them, they do have questions. They do like crypto as to be used as for merchants. One of those things, I'm sure with time it will catch up, because there are a couple of things which one of them is making it easy for Indian rupees to be paid. They already have these features, so that overtakes the crypto need. And the other part is also, like I said, which is hard to find crypto in the first place, so they want to hold on to it. Because if you see, crypto is used mostly as an asset, as a trading tool, more than a liquid cash or a value transfer tool in India. So they're holding on to it as an asset because they always know. So once you know about it, that it gains value, they don't want to liquidate it that easily. They're like, oh, if I spend it today, tomorrow it may go up in value, and I don't know if I can buy it again. So let me just hold on to it. So that way, the merchant adoption is taken a back step or a backbench in India. But I wouldn't say that about your trading part, right? Trading is one of the biggest. I would say people love their trading here. May not be, I mean to say, biggest for the world, but it's one of the biggest use case in India for crypto is the trading. If you see, the last couple of months ago was when Indian Supreme Court crushed the memo from RBI, which is the Reserve Bank of India, which said that banks cannot use cryptocurrency or banks cannot support the cryptocurrency companies. When they crashed, the companies came back with a bang. They do up to like 50,000 rupees per day per person, the 50 lakh rupees, I mean to say. That's equivalent to 10 million. That 5 million, that's a lot of money in and out of a trading platform from one person, one day. So that's pretty good. We, like in with Zapit, we're trying to integrate a few features. Maybe merchant adoption will be one of them. That'll be like really global. The way, of course, the way Zapit works, it's two people who are interested in crypto, in Bitcoin Cash, very specifically. One person wants to like receive a payment or make a payment. He just have to find another partner there locally who's ready to change his Bitcoin Cash to fiat and vice versa. So once that's done, we will have a Zapit-like feature mostly all over the world. And with Insta Crypto that I have as a platform, which I'm supporting Zapit with the liquidity and everything, I have a separate app for merchants, which is, of course, like I said, it's a little difficult, but we're trying, me and Romit, we're both working on it. We're trying to bring in some kind of simple features, incentive-based, something like that to onboard some merchants. And I'm very specific in looking at Bangalore because right now in India, Bangalore has got the highest number of crypto literate, Bitcoin literate people. So you take them to one of the streets which is more popular. That's my idea. I've always been trying to do this. I was just waiting for the nice, smoothest, like easiest app that is available for merchants to like see it. And then they're like, oh, I like this. I want to use it. And another part is, now that we are looking at the bull run coming in the next 1.5 years, we want that guy to see is like, okay, he accepted 100 rupee local fiat worth of crypto. Actually, he didn't get the crypto because the crypto went to the payment partner company. He got his fiat for it. But tomorrow, when he sees that in the order book, that yesterday I picked up this amount of crypto for 100 rupees, but now this crypto has become worth 200 or 150, it excites him. He thinks like, okay, I have to learn about it so that I can hold this crypto myself. I don't have to let this company change it for me to fiat. Why should I change all of it for fiat? So that way we can bring in more adoption. Like, I don't want them to like stay bound on this merchant company. They have the freedom to choose a wallet of their own. Maybe they can use my company's calculation method to show that this is the equivalent to a fiat. This is what you're buying. You pay this fiat. Instead of this fiat, you're paying me crypto. But don't give it to the company anymore because they're going to change it to fiat. I want to hold this crypto. I want to just take it in my wallet. So that way, I'm trying to bring in InstaCrypto and Zapit together, because with the Zapit wallet, the advantage is that you get on to the best crypto that is available today, which is Bitcoin Cash. Because economically, what do you want? You want something to move smoothly, quickly, cheaper. All that is perfect with Bitcoin Cash. So we want to introduce that to them. And smoothly just bring in the SLP tokens also on it by giving them some rewards. And eventually they should learn to use a cryptocurrency which is best for merchants, not Bitcoin, not Ethereum, because even though they are like pretty high in market caps and usability, they're not really useful for small merchants like what we're looking at. So because of all that, it's the winner is Bitcoin Cash. We already know that. So we got to just match the merchants and the winner cryptocurrency. Once we do that, probably we'll have some good traction, because with the market of cryptocurrency out there, the merchants will get lost in understanding what is Bitcoin Cash, why is it different, what should I start accepting. All that we want to solve it. So lucky that we have Bitcoin Cash. Thanks to you guys, we're all working together to make sure this gets met with the merchants.
So it sounds like you want to incentivize merchants to accept crypto directly by saying that the price is likely to go up, the value relative to fiat is likely to go up. But do you really think that's the most effective method?
So I wouldn't
because
want to
what
say
if
that
what if
all.
it goes down? You know what I'm saying?
Totally. It has to go down too, because that's what is a correction period, right? We've already seen the high. We are actually in the downs right now. If you see $20,000 was the highest in 2017, and we are already in down. So what I'm trying to give is an order book that they have along with the merchants, because they don't want to understand crypto now. They just want to make sure they get their fiat in their bank, which we're going to do that. But once they see the order book after, say, a few months, and they see the price has changed, and previously they received 0.01 for 100 rupees worth. Now the same 0.01 is worth 500 rupees. Maybe in 1 year down the line, because by next June, I know for sure it's going to be up, because the next year is the bull run. There is no way that we're going to hold this price on crypto when Fed is printing 5 trillion from nothing, right? So that
next
has to
year. Wait, next year is the bull run?
Totally.
How do you know?
So I know it from my experience. I don't have to ask anybody, because I never could ask anyone for the first 4 years of my doing about crypto. Like in 2009 end, I read about crypto. I read about Bitcoin. I totally didn't get it.
This is dangerous
at all
talk. Promising a bull run. I've seen people do it. I saw them do it in 2018. I saw them do it in 2019. Now I'm seeing you do it in 2020. The bull run is always a year away. If I promise to 1,000 merchants, oh, the bull run is in 6 months, just hold. And if it doesn't come, what are they going to think of me, and what are they going to think of crypto then? That's a very dangerous promise to make, Vikram, don't you think?
No, totally. But then that's the promise. If I promise them that, which I'm not, I'm giving them an order book for them to just see it for themselves. 6 months, 8 months, 10 months ago, they did a transaction which they depended on my company to receive their fiat. Now, if they believe that the crypto is going up and they can see the price has changed, they could receive that crypto and hold it for themselves if they want to. Nobody's promising them anything. We are having this conversation about bull run is because I have some experience. I saw the first bull run in 2013. How did it happen? It just happened because of the halving, because of the correction period ended in 2012. 13 had to pick up because the value held by Bitcoin was much, much lower to what it's going to compete against. It was competing against federal bank and the fiat monetary system. It has to hold some market cap. So it had it bull run. Then it had it in 2017 again. What stops it in 2021? Nothing. Nothing. And when we have more people knowing about it.
You say you're not promising, but you also promise.
Well,
I promise this on the talk, but not to the merchants when I'm going to approach them.
It's his
That's
opinion.
the
thing is with Zapit or with any of these solutions, we don't make them dependent on that. That's the whole point. People use fiat, and if they want and understand it, they can now see how all of this works and how the merchant, the payment partner that takes the Bitcoin Cash is actually just a person. It's not like a licensed firm that is doing something special that he can't do. He will then realize, okay, so I could actually just stop my bakery that doesn't give me any money and start being a payment partner for Zapit for whatever, if it's an opportunity for him. You know what I mean? So I think the whole idea it's always fine to give them the opportunity to the choice, as long as there's a choice, because for until now there was no choice. There was always this: you have to invest in it and hope that it goes up, and believe me, it goes up. I mean, in this case, I also say Vikram is just saying his opinion, and I'm not like, I have no idea about trading in this case, but I also think there is the potential that this is going, and especially Bitcoin Cash is going, will be going up. Is not that small. The potential is not that small. So I wouldn't go to a merchant and say this. I actually always say, please don't think in these terms. But on the other hand, it's one of the things, and in each country it's something different. And I'm realizing in India it's much more like in the US, more or less, much more the investment side and the trading side than it is the I need to have permissionless payment side, which is all of the world actually dominating. So
how do we get Zapit, as one example, as an app that's available in the Google Play Store? How do we get Zapit, for example, to 1 million daily active users? Is there a plan? What do you guys think?
Yeah, we definitely we started with a plan of mass adoption, right? That's why we are focusing on user interface, user experience, how the app looks, how easy it is to use. Not just all that, but what can you actually do with it? Most of the crypto wallets, you can't really do anything in it. You can just hold, receive, send. That's it. Maybe some wallets are coming out right now where you can swap to other cryptos and things like that. It has a built-in exchange, but you can't really do anything more than that. We have a sophisticated plan to actually get more and more users as we go. As you all know, I mean, everybody has their own interests, and you can't really have one particular thing in the app and try to get everybody to use that particular service or whatever. So we have to have a wide variety of services, and that's the plan from the beginning. But all the services what we're trying to do, it's going to be non-custodial peer-to-peer. We're going to at least try to be non-custodial peer-to-peer as much as we can. We may have options for a custodial, like how bitcoin.com wallet has the MoonPay integration, maybe something like that for users that want to top up immediately. They don't want to wait until a payment partner comes in. But that's going to be, again, a choice. It's not going to be the only option within the wallet. So another thing that we introduced is UPI payments within Zapit. So what that allows is every single Indian that uses UPI, which is already in millions, can actually make regular payments with Zapit now, like to their friends, to their family.
So what's UPI?
It's just a payment interface which connects banks to each other, right? So there are multiple apps that can connect to your bank, and there are other apps that can actually use the UPI to make certain payments. For example, if you have a business, you can actually accept UPI payments, and you can give user the choice of, let's say, 3 or 4 or any number of payment apps that have that are UPI enabled. It's just a payment interface. You just enter the receiver's details, you click confirm, it's connected to your bank, and it's a direct bank transfer. But it doesn't have to be your bank app, it can be any payment app. And we are doing that in a non-custodial way, which means on Zapit, the way we have built it, you don't even have to connect your bank account. It just connects you to one of the existing payment apps for the final confirmation. I know it's confusing, but if you use it, everybody who has used it kind of likes the feature.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good point. You even said sometimes that it actually is faster than other payment apps. So you have actually integrated the UPI, which is, let's say PayPal of India or something, universal PayPal interface, and your wallet opens this PayPal and you can pay. So you are always inside your crypto wallet and all of this. And even if you have to, it's your financial wallet, and even if you have to pay a fiat only, it's still through your crypto app. It's still through your fiat.
So that's our plan, right? The first plan is to get users to use Zapit. It doesn't matter what they're using it for. They have to use it in their daily lives. And we are seeing it already. My friends, my family, they're all starting to shift towards using Zapit for regular payments. And then, imagine if
back, right? You get also tokens, rewards or something.
Yes. Yeah.
So you get also rewards if you pay with fiat. You can
so you use the UPI payment for every single transaction. You get SLP tokens as a reward for every single transaction. You also have the benefits of getting the scratch cards and stuff that the payment apps are giving, because the final payment is done from the payment app, such as Google Pay. There is Paytm, there is Phone Pay in India. So you're getting rewards from them, plus you're getting rewards from Zapit as well. That is exactly why we are keen on partnering with SLP token projects to help us with this. We are trying to get users that have no idea how to use Bitcoin Cash or SLP or whatever it is, but they're already starting to use it and they're getting tokens for it. Now, of course, SLP is still in its early stages, and there isn't a lot you can do with SLP tokens, but that is exactly why we are trying to convince even SLP token projects that we are partnering with to have certain features that we can use. We start off by saying, maybe you can compensate Zapit with some amount of your tokens that we can give out for these UPI payments. For example, we have partnered with this renewable.cash. We are giving out that as well. We are giving out INC tokens, which is Insta Crypto tokens. We're also giving out our own token, which is the Zapt token. We are also giving out USDH, by the way. So, users are kind of getting, a dollar value for the transaction that they're making. So it's, in a way, it's a cash back that they're getting, that they're receiving for every single transaction that they make.
So this UPI, so basically, is this like, does it simplify, say, selling some crypto to make a payment via PayPal or something like that? I'm trying to visualize how it works.
Yeah, that's what Insta Crypto has. For example, if somebody wants to buy, let's say Bitcoin Cash from Insta Crypto, they just enter the amount and then they click, confirm. And then Vikram's company's details are shown. The UPI details of Vikram's company is shown. And then the user just gets to choose from which app he wants to pay to that address. Maybe Vikram wants to talk more about it.
Yeah, I can explain. So UPI has helped InstaCrypto also become a little bit more instant, like the way the name is InstaCrypto. That's why I wanted to have this name, is to make it instant crypto transfers for people who want to understand crypto, because the way crypto works is so instantly throughout the globe. We want to get them to understand that even within India, when you want to buy or sell crypto, it can be as instant as it is. And UPI just helped us. UPI is, otherwise the full form is Unified Payment Interface. What it does is it connects all banks together. So the 99% of our banks in India are connected within UPI. And being all the banks on it, you can build an app, you can call it anything. And there are many already, like about 10, 15 apps available out there, which allow you to connect your bank to that app through this UPI interface. And once you're connected, you can use the app like your bank app, like your bank wallet, and spend. But then there is a little limitation from your bank. I think you can use all your money at once, but from an UPI, you can use up to 100,000 rupees at one day, one person. Limit of 10 times you can do these transactions, and the maximum amount, of course, is, like I said, 100,000. So with integration of that with InstaCrypto, we are able to give people instantly their Bitcoins that they're trying to buy. Because they send rupees via this UPI and we get it instantly. We get a confirmation that yes, the liquid fiat is with us, so we are able to give out the crypto. Now with InstaCrypto, there is a small feature now that you're not just buying Bitcoin, because InstaCrypto does not give you wallets. We are a non-custodial exchange. I don't want to hold anybody's crypto, because if I hold crypto of people, then they do not understand anything. I want the users also to learn about it. So we want them to come in with their own wallets and receive their cryptocurrency in their wallet. So at the time of placing an order, they have to produce their wallet address. Now, this is the key here. While they're producing their wallet address, they can even produce the wallet address of any one person that they have to send funds to. Say somebody is sending funds worth 100,000 rupees, which is equivalent to $15 to Japan, and that guy sends him a crypto address. That crypto address can be entered directly into our company, and he pays 1,000 rupees worth of $15, and that crypto goes directly to that receiver in Japan. He doesn't even have to, the user doesn't even have to receive it. It doesn't have to be two steps. So we're trying to build InstaCrypto to make payments, value transfer, global movement of value from India as simple and as quickly as possible. So that's one of the reasons that we have UPI integrated. Now with UPI, it even helps us in another step, that we don't have to sit and verify the fiat receipt, because UPI is like an automated system. We could use those features to automatically understand that the payment has been made, and from a hot wallet, just issue the cryptocurrency to them. So the time taken without a human intervention will be even quicker. So we're trying to make that even quicker. Vice versa, also we're trying to build that. There's like about 6 steps of automation. We've got to 3 steps already, thanks to Romit, of course. Till I met Romit in my meetup, I never believed anybody could build these things for me to make it instantly. So of course, with Romit working alongside, we got this half the way automated instantly to produce a crypto or to receive crypto and give them fiat. But the remaining half, of course, is still in the process. The pursuit is there to make sure that we do is ASAP of the transfers. Well, that's our UPI for you, and we're trying to understand how it can help crypto world much more than what we have done. So hopefully we will keep working on this, and with the next meetings probably we'll have a little bit more to explain on what we've developed.
Yeah. The difference is with InstaCrypto, the receiving address for the UPI is always constant. It always goes to Vikram. But on Zapit, what I've done, what I've been able to do is just manually change the receiver's address. So for example, if you want to send your friend, you can actually enter the receiver's address as your friend's UPI ID, and then the funds basically go to your friend, or it could be the store. Same with QR codes. UPI basically works with QR code as well. And if you see the Zapit wallet, like the main screen, we have send, and then I don't know whether I can show it here. Oh, it's too bright. Okay, is it visible?
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So if you go to the send here, we have the scan QR code option at the first, right? So the same QR code basically allows a user to make a Bitcoin Cash transaction as well as a UPI. So it doesn't matter whether a store accepts UPI or Bitcoin Cash or both. The user can basically choose with what he wants to pay to any merchant. That's why we're kind of building that concept of universal payment app within it. So
if they pay with with UPI, the merchant receives fiat. Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so hey, we have a question from the chat. Is there a way to process refunds, maybe less fees?
Refunds of,
Maybe via UPI. I'm not sure. He didn't specify.
yeah, I don't know whether the service or the Bitcoin Cash or UPI.
Well,
which
so let's say
refunds offer?
I'm just kind of imagining this is his question, but let's say I buy something, I buy a shirt at a merchant and I pay, but I sell some Bitcoin Cash via the UPI and the merchant receives fiat. What about, let's say the shirt doesn't fit, you know, what do I do? How do I get, is it possible to do a refund?
Well, it depends on the merchant. If he's okay with exchanging, I mean, you know, if he's ready to take back the product, then yeah, he would take back the product and send you a UPI payment back to you, just like you did. But if you're talking about like a chargeback kind of thing where you contact a company and say, you know, I've accidentally sent it, no, you cannot do that with UPI. I don't think you can do it with UPI.
There
Okay, but
are
let's
no
say-
chargebacks on UPI.
Let's say
So
there's a
UPI is also
refund
one way.
on
Yeah, it's just
UPI.
one way.
Like, how do I get it? Because it sounds like it would go to Vikram.
I did not get you. What
So
was your
let's
question?
say I get a refund. Like, how do I actually get it? Because the user, because it sounds like it would go to Vikram, right?
So if you were using as for merchant, right, you were just receiving your UPI is not there in the picture as merchants are involved. So when merchants are involved, a merchant accepts crypto from a user, from a shop buyer. And as soon as he accepts crypto, the crypto comes to the Insta Crypto company and the merchant gets his rupees in his bank account. That is not necessarily an UPI transaction. That's just a bank-to-bank transaction. In this bank-to-bank transaction, he receives his money, the product is taken by the guy. Now, if the guy brings back the product to the merchant can give back the rupees straight away from his bank because he already has his cash. If the guy says, no, I want crypto back because I paid you in crypto, I want my crypto back. So the merchant can use my app and send the crypto back to him by paying me the same rupees to my bank company and asking the customer's Bitcoin Cash address. And he says, okay, you want your crypto back, right? Give me your Bitcoin Cash address. Where would you like to receive the crypto? He just inserts it in a buy screen and he sends the rupees to my company. And then the crypto Bitcoin Cash goes to that address and the customer has received his address, his Bitcoin crypto back to his address. This is in Insta Crypto format. But of course, the merchant part in Zapit is not completely refined yet. But of course, that's going to be there at the time soon. But with Zapit, if you're trying to buy or you're just making a transfer and then you want to reverse your transfer, you could do that by making another transaction. Well, the first transaction itself, if it didn't go through, of course, you get the crypto back. Like my crypto is sitting now for a refund. The customer who made an order on Zapit did not actually fulfill. So that means he did not pay me my rupees in my bank account or on my UPI. So we gave them a 1 day's time. Right now, we're giving them 24 hours as a central customer service. Romit has made a request to the buyer. You've not made a payment. If you have made a payment, kindly give us your payment proof. So the guys did not receive. We have not received the payment proof. So we've not, closed the order yet. So soon we will come up with a time frame that within a few hours that has to be done. And if it doesn't happen, my Bitcoin Cash comes back to me because I have to put my Bitcoin Cash in escrow. Only then the other guy will initiate the payment to me. So that's the refund part of it. Once it's completely completed a process, then they have to reverse the process to get back. In terms of yours, in terms of merchant adoption on Zapit, of course, that fine detail, I'm sure Romit can talk about it if he has already thought of how the refunds may happen on Zapit.
Yeah, I still didn't quite get the question because refund, I think rest of the cases Vikram did answer. It's the same answer, but if it's something specific to, I don't know what the question was, but maybe the question can be asked again with the specific.
The user said thank you. So
So I guess it's answered.
maybe it got answered in there somewhere.
I've got
Okay.
a question, if I may. It's talking about chargebacks or limitations. How much do you, just a guess, how much do you think are people interested in using Bitcoin Cash as payments if they see that, or what are the better things for them? You know, the obvious things like I guess there are limitations of, as you said, paying or withdrawing or something like that. Is this hurting people, or do they don't care anyway because they don't withdraw that much anyway if they pay? Or is this something that you encounter often, that people want to pay but can't? You know, I also remember there was a time where in India where, you know, the 50, I don't know how much it was, but the 50 rupee or 500 or something was taken away. And
The 500 and 1,000,
overnight, yeah. So what about these limitations? Is this something where BCH can shine and your payment system can be better? And, you know,
yeah, I mean, you know, Bitcoin Cash can literally be used anywhere, and that's what we are trying to push for henceforth. I mean, yeah, right now the users can store, they can receive, they can send, they can buy and sell Bitcoin Cash, but we are trying to push that. We don't want it to be just that. Of course, there's transfer as well in that, but we want to push it so that users can spend as well as earn right within the app, so that, you know, you have that cycle of Bitcoin Cash being used in multiple ways, where the user doesn't have to ask, what can I do with Bitcoin Cash? Because we can say you can do anything. Whatever you want with, whatever you can do with money, you can do with Bitcoin Cash. That is our eventual plan. But of course, we want to push it towards savings and investing as well. But at the moment, that's not what we are focusing on. Right now, we are focusing on the spending part. So spending and earning part. So
yeah, but I mean the customers. Do you realize that they have problems with stuff like this on a daily basis, for example, that they really say like, okay, this is something I really need. This is, you know, the daily limitations for my business that don't work. You know, something like this, that where you can advertise on this basis, on these grounds. I mean, or is it really just like the limitations don't really matter to them in that case? Like here in Germany, there's also a 500 euro limitation from an ATM, but I don't think that anybody cares in that case, because not everybody, you don't spend 500 euro a day, you know, usually in Germany.
well, if you're
So
talking
I
about the
see.
Indian payment system, the UPI system, it's not really appealing for businesses to use it, because I mean, businesses can use it to receive very easily, but not to spend any expenses they have from UPI, because there's only a limit of 10 transactions per day, or up to, as Vikram said, 100,000 rupees. That's where I guess Zapit can shine, because they can make 9 payments, and then the last payment they can top up their Zapit wallet and then make unlimited amount of transfers continuing from then onwards. That's one use case there. Yeah, I think as users find out that there are no limits for Bitcoin Cash, they will start. Of course, right now, you know, they're compliant with any rules that the banks or governments put on them. But once they know that, yeah, there is an easy way to, you know, circumvent, not really make it so that it's in an illegal way, but in a legal way, yeah, I guess more people will start using those certain features. So maybe Vikram had something.
Oh yeah, maybe Vikram wants to add something.
Yeah.
Well, the limitations part that you said, I think that is felt only by these traders right now. A few traders come back to me on my exchange saying that, oh, your platform is great because, you know, my platform is instant. No other trading platform gives you instantly, because to buy some $100 worth of crypto, they have to put in more money, wait for a trade, put a bait order, ask order, and then execute that, receive it in the wallet, and then transfer it. So those things make it a little hard for people to trade. With InstaCrypto, it's instant. They get the liquidity, which is INR or crypto instantly. So they put it on another exchange and they trade. When they see that, they want more, you know, a limitation from me. They're like, oh, increase your limit. I'm going to buy more. I was like, no, this is not really meant for big traders. We're making it for, uses. So they see the limitation there, and they feel that with the existing bigger trading platforms, they see a limitation of INR, of course, because some people are maybe looking forward to putting in more money and more instantly. Because to receive these INR instantly for exchanges, they have multiple ways to receive it. Some of them, of course, have using UPI and wallets and all that. In UPIs and wallets, they are more quicker, they're instant. When they have instant, but there is a limitation. So right now, only the traders feel the limitation. But otherwise, on a whole, the general public wants to experience crypto. They really don't see it's like limited in terms of exchanging amount category. The amount that they get to buy or sell or feel crypto and use crypto or understand and hold it, the limitation is not there. I think even with 10,000 rupees, if they're buying it, they're more than happy. The limits that gives you in the bank with ATMs is 20,000 Indian rupees, which is equivalent to say what, about $250. So that amount of crypto, if they hold, they're more than happy. I don't think they really feel that there is high limits or high restrictions on the volumes or
And I have actually another question related to stablecoins. You said something about USDH. How much interest is there actually? Are there people who are interested in just holding dollars and having a tokenized version of dollars as savings or something that they really want to hedge against their own currency or something? Is something like that in any way, or is there no interest in this case? So just like the traders, USDT style for their trading, or is it? Are there actually people who would be interested in saving just money in USDH just to have it, based even regardless of withdrawals, just to have their stash of money in some stable coin or something?
I don't think they're really looking forward to stash their cash in a stable coin in that way, because unlike the last I heard is a big scale scenario like that was in Argentina, where Argentinians wanted to keep it in USD and then the government wouldn't allow them. In those cases, it's not an open. Nobody really looking forward to store their wealth in foreign currency. Well, a few exchange owners who are doing forex exchange, they have access to dollars, but buying dollars and holding dollars is not a big deal in India. If you have some rupees to spare, people can buy dollars and hold it. It's just that the idea of storing wealth in different portfolio is not so much in India. When they already have other features like gold, precious metals already used as used a lot in India, right? In precious metal, just the Indian women hold 11% of the global gold. So
yeah, it's deeply rooted in the culture.
Yeah, so that's a great haven, for them to hold their assets. But otherwise, banks are fine. Recently, we had an upgrade in our banks. Our banks is to allow only 100,000 Indian rupees as insured money, but it's gone 5x on that. The recent government is working really hard to give more confidence within the banking system and to the public. So they made up to 500,000 as insured amount, which actually makes sense because that 100,000 was about good 30 years ago. And with the inflation catching up, we needed at least 5x. So we got that 5x. It just happened about a few months ago. That is surprising that the previous government didn't even do that part. Because if the banks did collapse, people are going to get only 100,000 back, which is the insured money, which is very too less if you see what inflation is taken for the last 10, 15, 20, 30 years. So they've increased that. So there is more confidence in the banks. So really people are not pushing to go into alternative currencies to hold or stash their cash. Crypto is a great tool, of course. It's still, like I said, with the traders and a few rich people who want to store that way, because now they have so much cash that they want to really expand their portfolio, go into crypto and things. With stable coins that you were talking about, I don't think they have gone specific to that yet. Maybe once crypto has got more adoption, I would believe it. But in just 18 months, crypto will have 3 to 4 times more adoption in India than anywhere else. I'm sure everywhere it is going to be the same. I'll change my words there. It's not just India. The reason is, of course, the price. In a bull run, what brings to crypto is the price. And once the price is there, it interests 99% of the people. It does not matter what it is. It could be a shit coin, but the price just gives them the interest. So that's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's what happened in 17, right? 100% of the people in India knows about crypto now because of 2017. What was special there? It was the bull run. It was a sudden gain in value. The price brings interest. So I'm hoping that will be a next step in 2021. By the end of 2021, there'll be a lot more, and maybe the dynamics will change then, and they will understand at that time that yes, crypto is great. Crypto is an amazing tool and a trading tool, whatever that they want to believe it in. And once they understand crypto at that level, maybe then the USDH or the stable coins may come into more play there. And then they may think, okay, at a bull run end with the price that it touches does not stay for the next 4 years, like how we saw $20,000 in 2017 December. We did not see that till today. We may not see it till the next 8-10 months. So that period that they're going to lose in crypto may not be lost in a stable coin, because then the stable coin will keep your value. That those kind of understanding has to happen with experience and with time only. And that experience and time, it's still in operation now with this correction period. I would say 4 years is minimum for somebody to learn about crypto if he's just following price. 2 years is somebody who's following everything, because crypto is a very deep subject. It's not just economics, it's just not finance, it's mathematics, it's cryptography, it's a lot of things involved. So for people to understand all of that, it takes time. And I guess by end of next year's bull run, we will have more people learned about crypto and want to then use stable coins more often. So till that time, stable coin is just going to be another cryptocurrency for now.
Right. Well, I'm not going to be holding my breath for next year's bull run, Vikram. Sorry, man. So, Vikram, where can people find you online?
Oh, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. Yeah, I'm on all the channels. Meetup.com, of course.
What's your website?
InstaCrypto.
Dot what?
In.in.
Instacrypto.in. Okay, so I put that link in the chat. Check out what Vikram is up to over there. And Romit, where's the best place for people to connect with you?
Twitter, it's at Radical Romit, or Telegram, again, Romit Radical. Or Zapit.io. Just visit the website. Most of the contacts are on there.
Okay. Zapit.io. All right. Any final words or questions?
Buy Zap token.
That's it. No, don't buy it because we are rewarding it. Just refer more users to get it. Yeah. Spread the word about Zapit.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks, Romit. Thanks, Vikram. Real pleasure having you guys on the show. Thank you to my co-host, Kusha. And I'm George Donnelly. And let's keep building Bitcoin Cash. Thanks, guys.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you very much, Josh. Thanks, Kusha.
Good to be here.
Thank you.